Louis.
Hello, promo and poster collectors. Welcome to this week's poster video. If you like video game art, I hope you stick around and enjoy this channel. If you do, please click those like and subscribe buttons. That will help other collectors find these videos. Most of my focus is on retail posters. These were posters that were hung in shops like Babbage's, Electronics Boutique, and the offices of arcade distributors. They were used to sell products to the masses, and as such, they pack a visual punch, meant to hit a square in the amygdala. My long-standing advice is avoid reprints. Originals will always look better and appreciate in value. Welcome back, Pikmin fans. This week we're viewing the Japanese B2 for the original release of Pikmin 2 on Nintendo's GameCube. So far we've covered what we think is an E3 glow-in-the-dark promo poster for the original Pikmin and the North America retail poster for Pikmin 2. I'll drop links in the description for those videos in case you haven't seen them. It's going to be difficult to add more about Pikmin 2 that wasn't said in my previous video for the North America retail poster. So to sum that up, Pikmin 2 is a highly polished sequel for the original game, and in my opinion, the best Pikmin. What I like most about Pikmin 2 are its dungeons and unique kinds of treasure. You'll uncover old bottle caps and some unique objects from Nintendo's past, and in a sense, I think those unique Nintendo treasures were the younger developers at Nintendo praising their colleagues and predecessors. So the game is a love letter to Nintendo from its developers and for us as players. When it comes to sequels for Nintendo's games, this one ranks highly with me, right up there with Super Metroid for the Super Nintendo, and I'm hard-pressed to think of a better follow-up in Nintendo's history. This poster is a Japanese B2, and if you're new to poster collecting, this is a common size. In Japan, poster sizing is standardized and begins at 0 or B0, and that's a super large poster that would have appeared in subways and bus stops. Think large format wall coverage. From B0, the size is divided in half along its horizontal axis and turned 90 degrees. That first division from B0 creates the B1, or actually two B1 posters. B1s were commonly used for arcade and Japanese movie posters. Next, if we were to divide a B1, we'd have two B2 posters, and that's what we have here. And these posters were very common to Japanese game shops where wall and counter space was at a premium. The B sizing can appear a bit narrow at first glance, but with proper matting you don't notice it. In contrast, American poster sizing is all over the place, with no standardization. The EU markets, however, adopted a standardized size, just like Japan, known as the A size. Their biggest size also starts at 0 and gets smaller as the numbers increase. This poster is in excellent condition. There's no pinholes, no folds, no torn pieces, no stains or other difficult problems worth fixing during a restoration process. If it was going to be framed, it would just need to be linen backed, and I would classify its paperweight as light to medium. The Japanese printing process and paper selection is always high quality, and this example is no exception. Japanese posters are really the best out of all the territories. Now let's talk poster. I had a hard time deciding where to begin here. I don't want old viewers to become bored, and I don't want new viewers to feel abandoned, so hopefully I found a formula here that pleases everyone. Okay, I love this poster. What a contrast to the action scene in the North America retail poster. Here, our Pikmin, I believe, are safe and secure in a tree. Down below, we see a nasty predator out of focus, but all our guys are safe on this tree branch. All except the blue Pikmin, who's barely hanging on for dear life. I hate to go there, but I'm going to anyhow. Isn't this how some of us are living today? Or maybe we've all been there at one time in our lives. So where is Olimar or Louie? And if they couldn't lend a hand, why can't one of those other Pikmin reach down and pull that poor little blue guy up? Hopefully after we blink, he's rescued and Pikmanity shines through. Get it? Humanity? Pikmanity? Okay, enough about morality. Look at that detail in the tree and leaves and the bright colors throughout this poster. It's so gorgeous. When a poster melds the real world with illustration or fantasy, it takes on an additional scope and it resonates with me. Very few poster artists exploit this kind of visual trickery, and I wish it was seen more often. In the bottom left, we have detail on those scannable e-cards for the GBA e-reader, and I'm not sure if those came to America. They could have been a Japanese exclusive. And screenshots on the bottom right are always appreciated. I think they're in the shape of seeds or the onion. Anyhow, I think it's cool they're round. And that completes my criteria for great poster design. The other we're seeing is art that well represents the game. If only we had an image of the Nintendo GameCube or its wonderfully unique controller, the Indigo GameCube would have looked so good here. I'll also add the Japanese logo for Pikmin 2 might hurt the value of this poster for some Western collectors. I know I place a higher value on Japanese posters with English logos. Luckily for us, we have Pikmin in English beneath that, but it's not quite the same as seeing a proper English logo. Some collectors might love those Japanese heavy posters, and maybe I'll side differently in a few years. And last but not least, street date and price makes everything nice. And Pikmin 2 was released to the public in Japan on April 29th, 2004, and sold for approximately 5,800 yen, or $50 US. And with that, we've reached my final thoughts for this video, and we'll have to say goodbye to this poster for now. Pikmin 2 is such a well-made game. I remember at the time it had to be delayed by a few months for added polishing, and the results really showed through in the final product. The gameplay, music, and cinemas were all expertly crafted, and it was a perfect game then and still is to this day, and I consider it the best out of all Pikmin games. Digging up bottle caps and love testers is so much more fun than making lemonade out of lemons. If you liked this video, please click the like button. And if you want to be alerted of new poster videos, please subscribe and hit that bell icon down below. Doing that will help new viewers discover these videos. Next week, we'll be revisiting LucasArts and another sequel from a galaxy far, far away. Bye for now.